Hello, everyone, and welcome back to PS You Need a Vacation. My name is Greg Schroeder, travel agent with PS Family Vacations, and also joining me this week is PS Family Vacations fellow travel agent Lindsay Merkley. How are we doing, Lindsay? How was your week?
It was amazing. I got to spend 2 days in Orlando this week and tour a bunch of resorts and spend the day on the Disney Wish. So I am full of all sorts of Disney magic to share today.
What was your favorite resort you got to see this time?
Oh, I think I'd have to say I really loved Coronado. It was beautiful, but it
Mm-hmm.
was very cool to see the brand new rooms that they're just rolling out at Port Orleans French Quarter.
I saw some of your posts on that. They look amazing.
They were so beautiful and seemed so deluxe for a
Mm-hmm.
moderate resort. So that was a really, really neat experience.
That's great that they're doing that at Port Orleans just like they did Coronado Springs. They're both moderate resorts that are kind of brushing up into deluxe category while still staying at those moderate prices. So that's cool to know that
Yes.
they're doing that at Port Orleans too.
Yes. Super exciting. And I'm excited they
Hmm.
just announced that Riverside's going to be on the docket next. So that whole Port Orleans area is going to be all
Hmm.
brand new and sparkly.
Wow. Yeah. Incredible week for me too. This morning, I actually had a really exciting trip out to Port Canaveral. The Disney Treasure arrived this morning, so I took a little trip over there to the port and got to take some pictures of the Disney Treasure. It's so exciting to see a brand new ship and to see the Peter Pan and the Captain Hook tail characters made it feel real. I can't wait to go on that ship. And yep, it's here. So that was really exciting this week to be able to see that.
That is awesome that you made the trip out there to get those pictures for us. That's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. Well, let's dive on in. This week's agenda, like always, we're going to be doing a new agent spotlight. And thank you, Lindsay, for joining us today. As we know, you're going to be discussing with us some of your personal and clients' experience with navigating some of the dietary restrictions at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, and other travel destinations. So, looking forward to your insight on those areas. And also, we're going to talk about some exciting Disney news that came out of D23 Brazil this week. We got some new insight into the Villains land coming to Magic Kingdom. So, and then finally, as always, we'd like to share some of the latest travel promotions to help you guys save some money on your next vacation. And thank you, Lindsay, for finding those that were released today. Some new Disneyland ticket promos.
Well, Disneyland's my favorite, and I also love trying to save families as much money as possible because I have a family of 6, and I know it adds up really fast when you go on vacation. So I
It
love
should.
to do that for my clients, and
It
Disneyland is near and dear to my heart. So happy about those promos.
Excellent. All right. Well, before we get started, I wanted to share PS You Need a Vacation podcast is brought to you by all the incredible agents with PS Family Vacations, the dreamers of your next stress-free vacation. If you'd like to support our content and either not sure where to start your own vacation planning or just don't have the time, please consider benefiting from the experience and enthusiasm of any of the incredible PS Family Vacations travel agents. So to start your theme park, cruise, all-inclusive resort, or European adventure today, please visit psfamilyvacations.com. All right. Now, again, a primary purpose of this podcast is to introduce all of our listeners to all the great travel agents we have with PS Family Vacations. They all bring such unique talent to their vacation planning. So today we have Lindsay Merkley joining us, who personally has a gluten allergy. So she has learning how to navigate a lot of the menus and dietary options at Walt Disney World. Lindsay?
All right. Well, I was diagnosed with celiac about a year ago. And one of the things that's hardest for me, friends will call me, hey, let's go out to lunch. Where can you eat? And then there's a really long pause. And the options are very slim. Most of the time when I'm out with family or out with friends, I just don't eat because it is really hard to find somewhere that takes care of the food in a manner that I need it to be prepared and who even knows what gluten is. I was recently at a restaurant and the waiter was just baffled that this dish said that it was gluten friendly because it was made of potatoes. And I was like, okay, well, potatoes are not gluten,
Mm.
but a lot of people just really have no idea how to manage that. So I love, love, love that when I go to Disney, I can eat all the things. Maybe the menu's not fully available to me, but there are always things on the menu that I can eat. And I really, really, really appreciate that about Disney. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who have family members who are, have maybe a dairy allergy or a peanut allergy or a shellfish allergy, or it could be any number of things. And it can be scary when those conditions, are life threatening or, just dangerous to your health, like weed is to my system. So I've really enjoyed over this last year, feeling like I can eat whatever I want at Disney. And that's kind of the one place besides my home where I'm the person who has to make all the stuff, which is, a lot of work, obviously. So it's really nice to go there and just eat whatever I want and feel like, a normal person when it comes to eating.
That's great. You can bring that knowledge to anybody else who's looking to plan their vacation. Everybody should be able to enjoy their vacation, and food is such a big part of that. So that's great that Disney does allow for those options, and I'm sure you'd be able to help clients at other locations the best you can. Thank you so much, Lindsay.
My pleasure.
All right. What are some of your favorite destinations to plan for clients?
I was thinking about this a lot, and I think I really enjoy sending people wherever it might be that they want to go for the first time. Because I feel like you get to plan some magic into those experiences, whether it be Disneyland or Universal, or maybe it's Hawaii or somewhere else. It's kind of fun because you get to experience it with them for the first time. And so I feel like as a travel agent, I have a lot of opportunities to help those things go smoothly. And I know people, when they go somewhere for the first time, are often very nervous about, how I'm going to get from the airport to my hotel, or where am I going to eat, or, all those little details that sometimes just kind of overwhelm people, and they're just done. I'm like, okay, I'm not planning this, or I'm not going. It's too much work. So I do really enjoy, taking people places for the first time, especially Disney, because there's so much magic, and I kind of have a sneak peek. I know what's in store for them, but they don't really know what's in store for them.
That's absolutely right. All those details are so important. Like when they get off the plane, navigate from the terminal through ticketing and out the door to find the transportation that they're supposed to pick up. Those are details that we do enjoy diving into. Writing a map of the airport, maybe putting a arrow where you walk through the airport, showing them where the transportation desk is to pick up. All those details are so important.
I do really enjoy it. I think it's fun.
Great. What about your most memorable vacation? And did that have an impact in you becoming a travel agent?
I was trying to think. I feel like I've taken my family to the parks and a lot of places over the years. I grew up traveling. We did a lot of camping growing up, in our Volkswagen camper across the country. And so I've spent a lot of time in a lot of different places, and I can't pinpoint just one, but I do really love, for me personally, I'm, kind of a stressed out mom type, very type A, try to have everything organized, and I'm not very fun.
Well,
So
for an itinerary planner, that is the best personality to be,
I guess,
obviously.
but it's not very fun to be a mom of children who you take on vacation. But vacation is the one time. That's why I love Disney so much. And Universal is fun. Places where like I can be a kid again and I can go play, and I'm not doing my job right unless I'm riding the rides or eating the food or, enjoying the parade along with everybody else, where I feel like I don't have to, worry about a lot of the things that we worry about at home. So those are the things that I love about vacation, just kind of letting go and not worrying about a schedule and all the little details, and just enjoying myself alongside of my family.
Yeah, that's what Disney is so great about. When Walt said it's a place where kids and parents and adults can have fun together, I kind of argue adults can be kids too, especially when they're at Disney. So yeah, it's a great place for everybody.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else you'd like to share with us about, again, what encouraged you to become a travel agent, or just anything else you want everybody to know about you?
Well, I love to travel. I love to go and see all the things. And I really do find Disney to be a magical place. So I do really enjoy the opportunity to have other people make those magical memories, and have those opportunities to make those memories with their families, those happy and, special, unique memories. And so that's why I'm here, help families. I try to do all the planning, take up all the stress, so that when you get to where you're going, you can just enjoy. Because there is a lot of stress, especially as your type A planner type, just to get to that point where you're, finally on the cruise ship, or you're finally on the beach somewhere, or wherever you might be. There's a lot of things that go into that. So I try
Hmm.
to take care of all that stress so that once you get there, you can just relax and enjoy and really make the memories because that's what it's all about. Those memories are priceless and you don't get that time back. So I really do love to just make sure that everybody has a successful experience.
That's great. I think we were talking last week on the podcast how important vacation time truly is. Years from now, when you look back on your life, those vacation days are going to be the ones that you're going to remember the most. And a lot of other days you're potentially going to forget about. So that I just think that speaks volumes to if you're trying to decide, is it worth it for me to take my family to Disney or Europe or wherever? Those are going to be the days that your kids are going to remember.
Absolutely. And you can't put a price on those memories.
All right. Now, how would new clients possibly reach out to you if they've got a dietary allergy and feel you'd be the perfect agent for them?
Well, you can find me on psfamilyvacations.com under Lindsay Merkley, or my email is lindsay@psfamilyvacations.com. I also am on Facebook at PS Family Vacations by Lindsay, and I would be happy to work with anybody, whether they have dietary concerns or not, just making their vacation as stress-free as possible and magical as possible. No matter where they are in the world, there's magic.
Absolutely, there is. Well, thank you so much. Now we're going to move into some exciting new Disney news that was released recently this past week at D23 Brazil. Josh D'Amaro gave some new details on two experiences coming to the Magic Kingdom. It was exciting to hear. The Cars attraction that they're building at the Magic Kingdom is not going to be a clone of what they have currently at Disney's California Adventure out in Anaheim. A lot of people were thinking that it may be. However, they are doing something brand new at the Magic Kingdom.
It sounds really exciting, Greg.
I know they're doing a trackless off-road dune buggy, and again, it's trackless, so it's going to be going up and over different dirt hills and mounds, and maybe trudging over rocks, and maybe trudging through some rivers. The fact that it's trackless means that this vehicle can do all those kind of things. So if you do get a chance, check out my Facebook page, PS Family Vacations by Greg, and you can see I posted a reel the other day that kind of shows the concept of this trackless off-road vehicle. And you'll be able to see what you're about to experience at the Magic Kingdom. Again, totally different than what's out in California. So extremely excited for that. And then the next land they talked about was the Villians land, also coming to the Magic Kingdom. Josh gave us more details on the story of the land, which is a mysterious spell has been cast, summoning villains from every realm. Their evil ambitions give us endless possibilities to tell new stories. This land will be home to the villains you all know and loathe. The villains that have inspired this new villains land are the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, Jafar from Aladdin, Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove, Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians, Captain Hook from Peter Pan, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, Mother Gothel from Tangled, Ursula from The Little Mermaid, Hades from Hercules, Chernabog from Fantasia, and the Evil Queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and finally Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. So, of that list, Lindsay, which one are you most looking forward to having a meet and greet with?
I was going to ask you the same question. You beat me to it. I'm not a big villain person, but I do love the Emperor's New Groove. So I imagine that Yzma will be so fun to interact with.
Absolutely. That's actually would have been my favorite too. I'm so looking forward to Yzma. And the concept art does show a roller coaster in this land. So the fact that they've confirmed Yzma is going to be there gives me hope that those that have seen The Emperor's New Groove know that Yzma does jump onto a roller coaster
That,
with Kronk. So if we are able to experience that roller coaster that Yzma and Kronk took in the movie, that alone will sell this entire land for me. And I'm sure
yes,
for a lot of others too.
that would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see what they come up with.
Yep. They do say that there's going to be two major attractions. Can you think of another one, Lindsay, that you'd like to see in the land? And maybe what villain you'd want it to be themed to?
I don't know. I mean, a Mother Gothel, maybe a tower would be kind of fun from Tangled.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of tower ride. Aladdin might be really cool if you could go into the Cave of Wonder or something like that.
That's a
That
great
might be kind of
idea.
magical.
Mm-hmm.
We already have Peter Pan, but I don't know. I mean, Fantasia could also be pretty cool, maybe like a 4D experience, something
Mm-hmm.
along the lines of,
Yeah, Night on Bald Mountain, the Chernobog scene.
yeah, and maybe in like the form of soaring over California or Flight of Passage with, you're on a broom or whatever, with some
Mm-hmm.
Fantasia stuff. Might be kind of cool.
Definitely, I could see a Flight of Passage like attraction over there in the Villains land. So yeah, a lot of exciting things that they could possibly do in that area. Again, we know there's going to be a roller coaster, so please, Yzma and Kronk coaster, Josh tomorrow, if you're listening, I know you're not.
Maybe
You need to
someday.
do that. So, and they have also confirmed there's going to be some dining in the area. They didn't say if that's going to be a sit down or counter service, but if they were going to do a sit down restaurant, what would that be? That would probably be a Mother Gulful or maybe a Lady Tremaine. I can just see them kind of walking around the restaurant like snooting,
Yeah, absolutely. The Queen of
but
Hearts would also be like an Alice in Wonderland themed restaurant would be really fun with the Queen of Hearts.
definitely character dining would be perfect in there. Maybe it could be a number of them. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so character dining, that's another must. Josh, you have to do that.
Absolutely.
All right. And there's also going to be some shopping, they say, on an incredibly twisted grand scale. I have no idea what that possibly could be, but I'm definitely excited to find out.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right.
Sounds
And
intriguing.
yeah, and even more intriguing, Josh actually confirmed that the combined edition of this Villains Land and the Cars themed land that's coming is promised to be the largest expansion in Magic Kingdom history. So,
Wow, that's
yeah,
amazing.
it seems like it'll be at least twice the size of New Fantasyland. All right, so now let's address the elephant in the room. How much are you going to miss the Rivers of America, Lindsay?
I mean, I think it's really special, but I definitely identify more with that area over at Disneyland. So I feel like I won't miss it as much at Disney World.
I can understand that. I am going to miss the Rivers of America and the trees in that area. It definitely seem to cool the area down a little bit, and it gives that atmosphere of seeing the Liberty Bell go by. But when you think of Tom Sawyer Island, I was over there a few weeks ago, and they really have let that run down, unfortunately. And I think to the point that they knew that something was probably coming and it wasn't worth investing anymore refurbishment money. And so to think of what people would like to see in the Magic Kingdom, obviously Cars would take over Tom Sawyer. You know, kids these days, they don't know who Tom Sawyer was. I definitely remember the movies, but they needed to get more capacity into that park. And that real estate right there in the middle of Frontierland is so prime that I can understand why they did it. And I hope they don't do it to Disneyland, fingers crossed.
I know.
But I think I'm going to be okay. It's sad, but thinking of what we're losing compared to what we're gaining, I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be converted.
I think it'll be great. I did take one final ride on the riverboat when I was there a few weeks ago, and it was magical as always, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it's an area that's definitely not as used as much as other parts of the park. So I
Mm-hmm.
can understand them wanting to find some things that more speak to their clients.
Exactly. You know, and a lot of people will probably say, "What about the areas outside the berm of the railroad?" This doesn't mean that eventually they won't get to those areas. It's just that was such prime real estate right there in the center of the park that this will be probably a better use of the space. Yep. Overall, I think it's a good thing and definitely looking forward to it. You know, some people may come after us with pitchforks and, from Shrek, but I think it'll be a good thing. A couple other things that recently opened up at Walt Disney World relating to Christmas. Lindsay, you just mentioned that you have actually seen it last week. The Gingerbread House opened at the Grand Floridian, and also the Gingerbread Carousel opened over at the Beach Club Resort.
Yes, it's so fun to see those things each Christmas. And I got to go see the gingerbread house again, and that was so fun to see how they changed things up. And we're just a little creative with it this year. And then the carousel, so cool that it moves. And I also got to go to the Contemporary and check out the castle that's created out of gingerbread. So that's a really fun spot to see. So it's so fun at Christmas to just, even if you don't go to the parks, go to all the resorts and see all the Christmas trees and the gingerbread displays. And there are so many things to do that get you in the spirit of the season.
Absolutely. And we talk all the time about when you're on maybe a 3 or 4 or 5 day Walt Disney World vacation, nothing says you have to go to a park every day. It's a good idea not only to save money, but just maybe to rest a little bit, enjoy the resorts. There's all kinds of exciting things, especially around Christmas time. In a few weeks, I'm looking forward to a group of friends and I, we're going to be doing a Christmas tree crawl around the monorail, hitting all the Magic Kingdom resorts to check out Christmas. I'm so glad they do that every year, and of course this year is no different.
Yeah, I love that.
All
So
right.
many fun, magical things.
Yeah, that's what makes that place so special.
For
That's
sure.
why everybody goes back.
Yep.
All right. Next, as always, we do love to share with you guys some promos that can save you guys money. And Lindsay actually is going to talk about a couple of really exciting Disneyland promos that just recently dropped. One of them just today, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just like 2 hours ago, this promotion dropped, which I was super excited about because I'm working with a couple of different clients that fit this promotion. So that's really exciting. But Disneyland just announced that you can, if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you can get a 3-day admission ticket for the price of 2 days, and that's a 1 park per day ticket. It's valid November 18th through December 27th. And then if you want to do like Park Hopper or Lightning Lane, Multipass, or any of those things, those are additional add-ons. But you get a 3-day ticket for the price of 2. So that's pretty awesome. And I'm always pushing Disneyland because the weather's beautiful. It definitely holds all the nostalgia for me, and I just love it. And I especially love the castle at Christmas at Disneyland. So there's nothing more magical than that. And then they also announced not too long ago, there's a special kids offer, which with tickets from January 7th through March 20th. So some people have spring break early in March. They can totally take advantage of this. Kids tickets are just $50 a day for Disneyland, California. So that is such an amazing opportunity to take your kids, especially if you have some ages 3 to 9 is what that ticket is good for. So I really love planning vacations for my clients to go to Disneyland, and any way to save money is appreciated by all the families out there.
Oh, that's for sure. All right, last, this by far is not a comprehensive list of all the available promos for Disneyland. The best way to learn which offers are best for you is to please reach out to any one of the PS Family Vacations agents at psfamilyvacations.com. So that way we can ask, what are the goals of your vacation, destinations, your travel days, so that we can recommend the best promos for you. And as always, it's always best to book early as possible so that way you get the best availability. All right. Well, before we wrap up, we wanted to remind you all that PS You Need a Vacation podcast is proudly sponsored by PS Family Vacations, the dreamers of your next magical getaway. If you'd like to support our content and either not sure where to start your own vacation planning or just don't have the time, please consider benefiting from the experience and enthusiasm of any of the incredible PS Family Vacations travel agents. To start your Disney, Universal, cruise, all-inclusive resort, or European adventure today, please visit psfamilyvacations.com. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for joining, Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Greg. It was lovely to talk to you.
And you as well. And so if any of you have any questions or any suggestions on what you'd like to see on future podcasts, we definitely would love to hear from you. So please leave those in the comments below. And next week, we're going to be introducing another PS Family Vacations travel agent with another special trait that makes them potentially perfect for planning your next amazing vacation. Currently, our agency owner, Amy, is over in Europe with several other PS Family Vacations agents enjoying an Alma Waterways cruise. So hopefully when they get back, we'll have one of them join us and talk a little bit about their adventure. So if any of you are interested in a European river cruise, you will be able to learn from their experience. And as always, on the PS You Need a Vacation podcast, we plan to highlight more park news and promos. So thank you again for listening. We hope you all have a great week, and please subscribe and tune in next week to PS You Need a Vacation podcast, brought to you by PS Family Vacations.